Greetings! Thanks for stopping by, and I'd like to welcome you to another video in my series Stock Market Gambling 101. There was a reason I didn't say what video number it was in the series, because I don't know as I record this. I was getting bogged down and frankly a little bored of making all the explanatory videos, so I decided to jump ahead and make a video about my current position. This will serve as a personal history as well as a tutorial. And oh my, there's a timestamp right there. 9:55 p.m. August 25th, 2016. By the way, I just want to mention all the times I use will be in Western time. I apologize for that being confusing to anybody, but I need to be consistent, and it's the time that I work in, so it's the time that I think about. So sorry, you'll just have to adjust if you live in a different time zone, that I'm going to always be quoting Western time. So therefore, market open is at 6:30 a.m. and market close is at 1 p.m. So that being said, with the current timestamp at August 25th at 10 p.m. Western time, right now, according to my Robinhood app, I'm looking at it right here, I have $595.89. That's out of $750 invested, so that is a loss of $154.11, if my math is correct, which it probably is. And also, I suspect I'm actually lower by about $5.20, because I have 4 shares of YRD, and I have reason to believe that the stock price is actually $23.35 and not $24.65 like it says in my app. There's apparently some aftermarket activity that took place, and for some reason this site picked it up, but Robinhood didn't pick it up, and I looked it up at some other sites that didn't pick it up as well. So it's interesting looking up prices for stocks after hours. You'll find different things, but obviously there's a reason for this move right here, and it's just for me to wait until morning to find out what happened. By the way, I just wanted to take this opportunity to mention aftermarket activity. Oftentimes there isn't any. Like, for example, with this stock here, it closed at 762. It's still 762 here. It also says 762 on my Robinhood app, and it doesn't say anything about after hours trading. I would say after hours trading seems to happen, I don't know, 20-30% of the time. It's hard. I don't really understand it exactly, but regardless, there isn't any after hours trading allowed on Robinhood, so we have to stick to regular trading hours to make our trades. There is, however, even if it's not shown in the numbers exactly, there is always aftermarket activity. This can be seen in comparing the last number, which is the number that the stock closed at, and the open number, which is the number that it opens at the next morning. As you can see, they're not the same. In this case, it opened at $7.89, or excuse me, it closed at $7.89, and then on Monday morning, it opened at $8.01. It closed at $8.19, it opened at $8.20. It closed at $7.38, it opened at $7.18. It closed at $7.16, it opened at $7.07, etc. And then there's the $7.62 figure that it last closed at. This price difference between open and close is due to the glut of orders that come in during after hours that are to be filled right when market opens. So if you were to put in a market order to be executed at market open, you really have no idea how much you'll end up paying for your stock. And the difference can really be substantial. For example, you could put in a market order for a stock that closed at $6, but then when this order is actually filled, you end up paying $6.40. For this reason, I really don't recommend ever making a market order to be executed at market open. You really just don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so let me outline the ridiculous method I did use to pick my stocks that I have in play today. This is much a history for myself as it is meant to be a tutorial, so please bear with me. Anyway, what I did was I basically looked at the loss leader page on bar chart, and you'll notice, like, for example, DG is the biggest percentage loss leader of the day. So the next thing I would do is I would look up the stock, DG, and see how bar chart rates the stock. Well, let's get rid of this. Sorry about that. Anyway, I take a look at how bar chart rates the stock, and we'll see that bar chart says that it's a strong sell, an overall average of 72% negative. It's a strong sell. So let's go through the procedure of trying to find one that bar chart recommends. So we'll look up the next one, SIG, jewelers. That doesn't sound good to me. I already don't like it if it's a jeweler. Yep, I can see it's a sell. There it is, strong sell. Damn advertisements. Anyway, now I happen to remember off the top of my head, the next one was Ren. Now, I don't think Ren is a sell. Nope, it isn't. It's a strong buy, and it went down today. Let's take a look here. It went down today 10%. And the site has it recommended as a strong buy. So that to me sounds like a strong chance for a dip up. So that looks like a good stock to buy. The thing is, though, it's 10:50 at night. I can't buy any stocks. So I actually went through this procedure during trading hours. I probably did this right around noon. You see, I like to buy stocks late in the day, see what they do during the day before buying them. And I also like to hold a stock overnight to avoid the pattern day trader rule. So that's another reason that I like to buy my stocks late in the day. It gives me the least amount of exposure to being forced into making a day trade. So I started using the simple method of looking at the loss leaders and finding one that was rated as a strong buy by bar chart on the 23rd of August, right there. And my results thus far have been an absolute disaster. And that is mostly because of one stock, YRD. YRD was a nice performing stock. It took a little dip, so I thought it looked like a good opportunity at 31.90 to catch it on the rebound. And it was the second worst loser of the day on the entire stock market. I've basically gotten stubborn with this one, and I'm just holding on to it for dear life. We'll see what happens. I haven't decided whether or not I'll hold on to it for 5 days, 10 days, 20 days. It just depends. how to read this chart is I bought YRD on 8/23 at $31.90 per share, and at 8/25 at close it was $24.53. I had 4 shares, and that's a net loss of $29.48. Now, the stocks that are currently in play are the ones that are shaded. I bought 3 stocks on the 23rd. I've sold one of those stocks. I'm still holding 2 of them, and I bought 2 more today on the 25th. So this is the only stock, CYCC, that has a closed position. I bought it at $7.42, stuck with it for a couple days, and sold it at $7.64 for a net profit of $3.52, which was about 3%. It also seems fortuitous that I made that move because, as you can see, CYCC is now down to $6.83. And my last but not least entry of the day on 8/23 was I bought a total of 3 stocks that day. And my last entry was LNTH, as you can see. And I entered at $7.56, and right now it's at $7.62. That doesn't tell the whole story, though. It was down to, I believe, as low as $7.07, and I stuck with it, and it's currently where it's at there, as it's shown. My target value per share is $7.79. When it gets to $7.79 there, then I will sell it. One stipulation, though: I never sell before 7 a.m. I think the most profitable time to be holding a stock appears to be between market open and 7 a.m., the very first half hour of trading. That's why I like to already be holding a stock at market open. So I always wait until 7 a.m. and then I take a look as to whether or not I want to sell a stock. Basically, I'll sell a stock if I like the position at 7 a.m. If I don't like the position, I'll hold on to it. Not sure whether or not I'm going to recommend this strategy. I guess we'll call it the I'm stubborn strategy. If a stock is up 3% or more from my original position, then I will generally sell it at 7 a.m. If it's not at that position, then what I will do is I will put a limit sell order on the stock for if it hits 3% above its original position. For example, in the case of LNTH, my original position is $7.56, so I want to sell it at 3% higher than that, which happens to be, I know off the top of my head, $7.79. That's the current limit order. Well, excuse me. That's the limit order I will have on LNTH after 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. First, I just let it ride so it could go higher. But if at 10 a.m. it's up 3% or more, I will sell it. If not, I put on a limit sell order at 3%, which is $7.79 per share. So I'm running out of time, so I'll just close this video with showing my current positions outstanding going to tomorrow morning. They are LNTH, YRD, LCI, and PCMI. If you see a button in the lower right-hand corner, be sure to click on it to see the next video. And I hope to see you there. Wish me luck for tomorrow.